What's up everybody, Tyler here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to talk about emergency funds. Now this may seem like a very simple idea, an idea that you should understand by now and that most people in general you would assume would understand, but you would be surprised, and it's very important for those that are just stable in life or are looking to invest. They have one of these contingency plans in place that I call the emergency fund, okay? If you like this video, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps the channel grow, helps me help you get a better financial future for yourself and become financially independent, alright? So let's get right into it. So an emergency fund is basically an amount of money that you want to have in a bank account put away that you will not touch, that may not be accumulating a lot of interest to you, but it is there in case of, well, emergencies. So say you lose your job. You need something in place that could cover your living expenses for a predetermined amount of time as you get your feet back under you, right? So with the emergency fund, for me, it's more of a 3 to 6 month thing. It could be as much up to a couple of years for you if you really want to play it safer. You have to determine the amount of money that you live off of expense-wise, and once you do that and add up your expenses and get your monthly expense report basically, then you could figure out how much money you want to put away that would cover those expenses for you if you kept living at the same level in case of emergencies. Alright, now you could put this in what is a easy to access bank, whatever that is for you. If there's one locally that you could go to, that's fine if you're not worried about the interest. However, if you're a lot more confident and you want to use like an online bank, that could give you higher interest rates than most local places as well. Like Ally Bank is one that I'm not affiliated with that could potentially give you a high return. It used to be higher last year actually, but it's still relatively high compared to banks that you know of, like Bank of America or any other bank that potentially you could use. So in that case, whatever's right for you, online banking and easy to access in-person bank, whatever you feel like doing, put in this emergency fund to protect yourself, okay? And I just want to say, for those that may flag this video, like, I am not a financial advisor certified. This is just advice I'm giving. This is my opinion and what I personally am doing to look to get a better financial future for myself. And if you choose to follow along, it's great. If not, you can just take this and hopefully you learn something from this video. So the emergency fund, it could be any amount of money. If you want it to be like $10,000, if that's what you determine that you want it to be the safe, like a $10,000, something goes wrong, maybe your car breaks down. That personally happened to me where I had to break into my emergency fund this past winter because my car just got a ton of problems out of the blue that I wasn't really expecting. So it was good that I had that plan in place. Now, the reason this is important is because if you are looking to actively invest in things, that money, most likely you do not want to touch for a while. So the last thing you want is to have to dig into that and sell your assets that you've been accumulating for maybe a couple years to pay off some random inconvenience expenses that may hop up in your life, or if you get screwed by an employer and you get laid off or something like that. Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to sell all the stuff they've been building for years. So it's important to have this side little pocket that may not be getting as much money, may not have a high return, but it is there in case you need it, and then you can always keep this amount and always count on that amount to be in. And then if you have to use the money, guys, then you start saving and putting it back in there to get back to your comfortable amount, so that way you always have it. And then once you get to that amount, then you can start getting flexible with things. Then you could be like, okay, maybe I want to invest in some stocks, some bonds, stuff that'll get me a higher interest on my money, that'll make me more money, accumulate more assets, because you still have that safety net in place. And I'll make a whole nother video on banks and like interest in general for banks. Like, that'll come in the future on this channel for sure, guys. But basically, why keep hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bank that's giving you no interest when you could put it into assets and just keep the emergency fund amount that you have deemed yourself? I don't know your personal expenses. Living comfortably, again, another video that's going to come on this channel, how to cut expenses. But figure out what your actual living expenses are per month. Figure out the duration of time that you want to have some emergency fund in place. 6 months, solid. That gives yourself 6 months to get back on your feet, maybe get a new job, cut down your expenses, figure out a plan, talk to people, whatever the case may be, guys. That's a good amount of time, right? So just think about doing that and then you can keep that money, and then any extra money over your emergency fund account, the amount that you want to have, you can basically put that into assets, guys. Like, it's not going to gain you much by just leaving it in a low interest bearing savings account. Okay, it's just going to lose money over time, because due to inflation every year, your money is losing value if interest rates are not holding up to that inflation rate in America. So use that to your advantage wisely. Know your annual returns on certain assets that you could invest in, and then invest in something you believe in, guys. So the emergency fund is just a simple concept, but once you understand this concept, it'll really set the foundation to allow you to be comfortable and content with what you have in your savings account, and then use that excess money that you have been saving responsibly to look to build you more money in the future without having to worry about life's inconveniences and curveballs that may happen. All right, so if you like this video, feel free to subscribe. Thank you all for watching so much. I'm going to keep making content like this, and hopefully this channel can keep growing, and with that we can save lives and make people more financially responsible in the process. All right, so see you guys later.